practice. So we'll begin just by finding our way onto our mats and allowing our breath to be long and slow. Give me a second to just figure this out. Oh, perfect. Okay, so let's actually start in Shavasana. So why don't you lie on down on your back, let your legs extend forward in front of you, begin to feel your breath as it travels in and out through the nostrils here. Just begin to observe your natural breathing here. Perfect. And as you start to find your way into your breath, just start to notice your inhalations and your exhalations. And from here, we're going to begin to come into some movement. So I'm going to join you guys for today's practice. And just notice your breath to start. That's always a great place to start, is just by taking your attention and being with your breath. And from here, we're going to begin to hug the right knee into the chest. So I'd invite you to bend your left knee here. And just hug your right knee into the chest, and just drawing that right knee in, begin to breathe here. So as you guys are aware, I tend to change the format of the class somewhat frequently. So we still have like the 30 minutes of movement, 30 minutes of rest. But in today's class, just begin to feel into the subtlety of movement as we start the class. So draw the right knee out to the right shoulder, bring the left knee out to the left, and really hug that right knee in. You're squeezing in here through the right knee, breathing in through the body. And as you exhale, you'll take the right foot, place it on down, and hug the left knee into the chest. So if you guys notice, I'm actually letting my left leg come out to the left here. I'm letting my right leg come out to the right, but I'm holding the left knee into the chest. And back to center again, and then the right knee comes on in, good, and then once again. So the right knee moves out to the right, the left knee moves out to the left as you breathe here. Excellent. Driving the legs back to center. Hug the left knee into the chest. Let the left knee come out to the left. Let the right knee come out to the right. And move back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. And as you hug both knees into the chest, just breathe here. This is called Apanasana pose. You can flex the feet. You can point the toes. You can release them. And then just release the legs on down. Take your hands, bring your hands all the way up towards behind you. Extend the fingers over your head. And then as you press down through the feet, inhale, begin to peel up the pelvis. So as the pelvis peels on up, hug the belly in and breathe here. Good, and as you exhale, release the pelvis on down. Press through the tops of the feet, inhale, draw the pelvis up and breathe in. And as you exhale, draw the pelvis on down. One more time. Press through the feet. Inhale, peeling the pelvis up. Good. So as you raise the pelvis up, hug the knees in. I'm sorry, not hug the knees in, but just let the outer thighs draw in. As you exhale, lower on down. Very nice. So rock the legs right and left a few times. Good. And eventually you're going to roll over onto your side. And as you roll onto your side, just begin to press your way on up. And find your way onto your hands and your knees here. So you're on your hands and your knees, and you're going to take a couple rounds of cat and cow pose. So spread across the fingers here. Continue to hug the belly in. As you inhale, peel the chest up and lengthen through the sternum. As you exhale, round through the spine and release your head all the way down towards the mat. Inhale, peeling the chest forward, heart comes forward, lifting through the sternum. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, and just bringing your tailbone to the backs of the knees. Inhale, peeling forward the chest, lifting up the heart, the sternum here. As you exhale, rounding through the spine and breathing out here. So take the fingers a little bit more forward, tuck the toes a little underneath. Exhale, float the legs back, downward facing dog pose. So as you take downward facing dog pose, begin to rock the hips over to the left. Begin to rock the hips over to the right. And just begin to find your way back into your breath. Good. And eventually, let's walk the hands back towards the feet. Walk your feet a little wider apart. So now your feet are on the outer edges of the mat. And just release the head on down. And breathe here. So feel free to bend those knees slightly. Take the right hand, bring the right thumb into the left elbow crease. Take the left thumb, bring it into the right elbow crease. Then take the hands behind the back. Press down through the feet. Inhale, peel up the chest. Come back up to standing. Good. From here, begin to take your hands out to your side. So see that the palms are extending from the center chest. See that the arms are lengthening here as you breathe in. And then float the arms up and above the head. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold all the way forward here. Good. Inhale, peeling up the chest, heart and sternum. And as you exhale, hinging all the way down. Inhale, peeling up the arms, lengthening through the chest, heart, sternum here. As you exhale, glide the arms down and out to the sides. Inhale, floating the arms up and above the head. As you exhale, hinging at the hips and folding all the way forward here. Inhale, lengthening through the chest, the heart, the sternum. As you exhale, hinge on forward and release on down. Inhale, floating those arms up above the head, raising through the fingers. As you exhale, gliding those fingers down into the sides. Interlace the fingers at the center chest here. Press your palms forward in front of you. Take your arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. Glide the fingers over to the right side of the room. Come back to center. Glide the fingers all the way over the left side of the room. Back to the right. And back to center. And to the left. And back to center. Look up towards those hands. Look up towards those hands. Look up towards those hands. And as you exhale, forward fold here. Release the hands down towards the mat. Interlace your forearms here as you release the head on down. Continue to lengthen the tailbone towards the backs of the knees. Continue to release the head all the way down towards the feet. Begin to glide your elbows over to your left and back to center again, and begin to glide your elbows over to your right and back to center again. Good. Once again, gliding over to the left and back to center and gliding over to the right and back to center. Release the hands down to the mat. Take the hands to the low back here. Press to the feet. Inhale, peel up the chest and come to standing. Take the arms out to the sides. Palms face the front of the room. Interlace the fingers here. Press your palms forward in front of you. Take your arms all the way up towards your ceiling. Yes, that's it. Glide the fingers over to one side. Back to center. Glide the fingers over to the other side. And back to center. Look up towards those fingers here. And then take the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers here. Pull the fingers down the back body. Lift the chest up. And hinge at the hips as you fold all the way forward. Take the arms up over the head. This is a nice little forward fold exercise. So just breathe here. Hands over the head. Doesn't matter how much you take those arms up over the head. Just that they're moving in that direction. And then glide the hands down to the back body. Interlace the fingers at the center chest. Press your palms forward in front of you. Arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. Glide the fingers over to one side. Back to center. Glide the fingers all the way over to the other side. Back to center. Inhale, look up, look up, look up. As you exhale, forward fold here. Release the hands all the way down towards the mat. One more time, interlacing your thumbs to the inner elbow creases here. And just begin to glide your elbows from side to side. Nice. So continuing to breathe here. Take the hands to the hips. Inhale, peel up the chest and come back to standing. Very good. Okay. So from here, we're going to get into some little Qigong exercises. So nice little Qi flowing exercises. Float the right arm up and above the head as the left hand floats down towards the mat. Change the fingers to face one another. Glide the right fingers down as you float the left arm up. Good. Turn the fingers to face and then glide the fingers past one another. So once again, we're moving Qi through the body. Remember, this is a way of improving our digestion, but also allowing the Qi to move through the body here. So the Qi is moving down towards the floor. The Qi is moving up towards the ceiling. And then you glide the fingers to face one another. The Qi is moving down towards the floor. The Qi is moving up towards the ceiling here. Yes. So do that 2 more times. So glide the fingers to face one another. Glide the fingers past one another. Glide the left palm up. Glide the right palm down. Good. And once again, the fingers face one another. Glide the left palm down. Glide the right palm up. That's it. And then from here, bring the hands back down to the sides of the body. Bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees, like you're sitting into a chair. And then just start to glide the hands over to one side, back to center, and gliding the fingers over to the other side. So do this a few times here. Gliding the fingers and gliding the fingers. So do this as you move back and forth here, from left to right, from left to right. Good. Come back to center once again. And then from here, we've done this exercise before, I believe, but let's just say you're going through any type of challenges in your life right now. So you're going to make fists with your hands. And you're just going to gently punch out your hand forward in front of you and bring that hand back into center. And you're going to gently punch that hand forward in front of you and draw that hand into the center. So it could just be challenges that you're facing or adversities in your life. And this is a really nice way to just kind of let go of any stress or anxiety you may be feeling. We're not punching fast. It's not like, we're trying to cause any harm or damage here. We're just letting go of anxiety and stress. You're just kind of punching it away and drawing back in and punching it away and drawing back in. Good. 2 more. Away and back in, away and back in. 1 more time on each side. Right and center and left and center and right and center and left and center. Good. So now take the arms up above the head. Bring the right hand to the top of the head. Bring the left arm out to the side. Glide the left hand down to the floor as you begin to stretch your right ear over towards the right shoulder. Inhale, find your way back to center, taking your left hand over the right ear. Begin to glide that left ear down, glide that left ear down, glide that left ear down, and draw back into center. Good. Taking once again your right hand to the top of the head, drawing that ear down, drawing that ear down, drawing that ear down, coming back to center. And you're going to do the same thing with the other side. So drawing the left ear down, drawing the left ear down, drawing the left ear down, and back to center. Taking your hands, gliding your hands down the legs here, and releasing the head all the way down. Inhale, peeling up the chest, heart, and sternum here. And as you exhale, release those hands all the way down to the mat. Release the head down here and breathe. And begin to bend those knees slightly here. Good. Now take your right hand, bring it into the crook of your left elbow. Take your left hand, bring it into the crook of the right elbow. And just start to glide those elbows from side to side. And then release the head on down. Now take the hands to the low back. Press through the balls of the feet. Inhale, peel up the chest and come to standing. Raise the right arm up and above the head. And bring that right hand on down. And raise the left arm up and above the head. And bring that left hand on down. Right hand raises above the head. And draw the right hand on down. Left hand raises above the head. And draw that left hand on down. Good. Now just gliding the arms from side to side here. You begin to breathe as you move from side to side, moving to the left, moving to the right, moving to the left, moving to the right. So a few more times here, just gliding from side to side. All right, and back to center again. So from here, hands come to the hips. Just begin to glide your hips around in circles here. Gliding those hips around, moving those hips around in circles. So as you move the hips around in circles, just begin to feel the hips, that rotation in the hips, feeling the breath as it moves down towards the feet here. And then moving in the opposite direction. So the back body moves back, and then the pelvis moves forward. And the back body moves back, the pelvis moves forward. Just continuing to move here. Good. And then as you come back to center, inhale, float the arms up above the head. Interlace the fingers here. Point the fingers up. Glide the fingers over to one side. Back to center again. Glide the fingers over to the other side. Back to center again. Look up to see those fingers here. As you exhale, glide the hands all the way down towards the mat. Release the head all the way down. Take your hands to the low back again. Interlace the fingers here. Pull the fingers up towards the ceiling as you release the head on down. Wrap your outer armpits in as you breathe here. Now take your knees. Bring your knees to a bend. Inhale, lift the chest up. Interlace the fingers. Float the palms forward. Lift the arms all the way up and over the head. Glide the arms over to your right. Back to center. Glide the arms over to your left. Back to center. Inhale, look up towards those fingers as you breathe in. As you exhale, release the hands down to the mat. As you release the hands down to the mat, one more time, interlace those forearms here and just start to just sway the body and bounce those arms up and down. I don't know why, I'm just feeling in this mood to kind of move into more of these like inward stretches. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Just sometimes I like to be very extroverted, and right now for some reason I'm like in a very introverted space. So hopefully you guys are still enjoying and and practicing. So just starting to move those elbows up and down here. Excellent. Take your hands to the low back. Press down through the feet. Inhale, peel up the chest. Come back up to standing. Good. Hands come to the hips here. Step your left leg forward. Step your right leg back. Excellent. Bend into that left knee and begin to straighten through that left leg. Bend into that left knee and straightening through that left leg. Bending into that left knee, straightening through that left leg. One more time, bending through that left knee, straightening through that left leg. So turn the feet back to center and then turn the feet to the other side. So we start with a bend in the knee and we bring the legs back to straight. We start with a bent knee and we bring the legs back to straight. Bend that knee here, straighten through that leg, bending that knee, and straightening through that leg. So turn the feet back in and step the feet back towards one another. Come back to Tadasana pose. So be here for a moment. Just feel into the body, feel into the breath, and just start to bounce those legs. Bounce like you're jelly, and you just start to bounce the shoulders, bounce the body. Close the eyes. Just keep bouncing here. Good, and then as you feel ready, just start to sway the body. Swaying the body from side to side. To the right and to the left. To the right, to the left. To the right, to the left, to the right, and to the left. From here, begin to bend into that left knee. Again, we've done this many times before. Just whoosh the hands forward and draw the hands back to the body. Whoosh the hands forward and draw the hands back to the body. Whoosh the hands forward and draw the hands back to the body. Whoosh the hands forward and draw the hands back to the body. So come back to center, turn to the other side, pushing and drawing back, and pushing and drawing back, pushing, drawing back, pushing and drawing back. So now you come back to center here. Once again, take the left hand over the right side of the face and just begin to pull the left ear all the way down towards that left shoulder. Good. Come back to center and change sides. So now the right elbow, or rather the right ear, moves towards the right shoulder. Come back to center. Take the hands to the forehead, release the head down, and then release the hands all the way down. Just start to sway those hands like you have monkey hands. And just start to sway the arms and just bounce here. So once again, as I shared with you guys, just feeling more of these relaxing forward folds just for today. Tomorrow will be a different class, obviously. But just today, just kind of get into this bouncing motion. And bouncing is a way of getting rid of any type of stagnant energy in the body. So I don't know why there's stagnant energy, but if there is, or if you're feeling any stagnancy, just bounce here. It's okay. Just bounce, bounce, bounce. Good. And then from here, bend those knees, lift the arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up. Excellent. All right. And then from here, just start to sway and sway and sway. Excellent. Fingers interlace behind the back. Pull the fingers down, back behind you. Open up the chest, heart, and sternum. As you exhale here, hinge on forward and begin to wrap your outer arms in. So release that head down and just breathe here. Spread across the toes. Release that head on down. Now bend the knees. Inhale, peel up the chest. Interlace the fingers in front of you. Press the arms forward. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling here. So glide those fingers over to the right and back to center, and glide those fingers over to the left and back to center. Inhale, look up, look up, look up. As you exhale here, release the chest all the way forward and just let the body hang here. Good. Interlace the hands here. Take the arms all the way up behind your back and just release the head all the way down. So nice little long stretch of the side body here as you breathe. Bend those knees, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the sternum. Interlace the fingers in front of you. Point the fingers forward, lift the arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. And then just start to sway the hips right and left. Move the elbows over, or move the arms over to one side, back to center. Move the arms all the way over to the other side, and back to center here. Good. And then just look up, look up, look up. And as you exhale, just start to sway those arms back and forth. So you can even just lift up one leg or lift up the other leg and just kind of come into this a little bit more movement base. Bend those knees. You can start just to begin to rock the legs forwards and backwards here. We've done this before many times. But as you do this, it's a really nice way to let go of stagnation in the body. Just shake out the body. Shake out the head, shake out the fingers, shake it out. Excellent. And then find your way back to center. Good. From here, as you feel ready, you're going to take your hands onto your mat. And as you take your hands onto your mat, you'll spread across your fingers here. So spread across the fingers, press down through the tops of the fingers, float the legs up, and find your way into downward facing dog pose. As you come into downward facing dog pose here, release the head on down. Shift the hips to the right. Shift the hips to the left. Shift the hips to the right. Shift the hips to the left. Release the knees down onto the mat. Good. Interlace the hands right underneath your chest and then begin to walk the left leg back. And just be here for a second as you begin to rock forwards and backwards a few times on and off of that left leg. And then you're going to take the left knee down. You're going to extend the right leg back and once again just begin to rock here. Good.
Take the knees down to the mat. Just start to sway those hips right and left a few times here. Tuck the toes underneath. Lift up through those legs and find your way into a nice little, this is called dolphin's pose. And release the head on down. All right, from dolphin's pose, release those knees on down. Take the hands back to the mat. Press down through the feet. Inhale, peel up the chest, or rather press back the chest, and find your way into downward facing dog pose again. Sway those hips from left to right. Excellent. Release those knees down on the mat. We're going to do a nice little thread the needle here. So take the left hand, sweep it underneath the shoulder, release the head on down. So thread the needle pose. Left hand sweeps underneath, and breathe here. Take the right fingers down to the mat. Press your way on up. And then move over to the other side. So now the right arm sweeps underneath. And then the left hand comes behind the back. And you twist here. And then as you feel ready, press your way on up. Okay. So at this point, we're going to start to travel down into a more relaxing space. If you have a blanket for the head, you can place a blanket underneath the head. And you're going to lie on your back again. If you have a strap within reaching distance, grab hold of your strap here and release your head down on that blanket. We're going to start with a pose called Supta Padangusthasana. So raise that right leg up towards the ceiling here. Draw the shoulder blades back in towards the center chest. And breathe here. So light bend in that right knee. Press down through the left ball of the foot. See that the breath is long and slow here. Press down through the left toes. Feel the shoulder blades move down the chest. Down the back body, rather. Allow the breath to be long and slow here. And then bend that right knee. Release that right foot down. Take the left knee into the chest. Take the left heel up towards the ceiling. And once again, other side change. Press down through the right ball of the foot. Lift up through the left leg. And breathe here. Let those eyes close. You know, if you don't have a strap, you could just place your hands behind the back of the left leg. And just breathe here. Good. And as you exhale, you'll bring that left knee back into a bent position. You're going to take your knees, hug your knees into the chest here. Be here for a moment. Just breathe into the backs of the legs. So we take this pose in order to relax the back muscles, in order to relax the shoulders here as you breathe. And then from here, you'll release the feet down onto the mat. Now take the left leg, cross it over the right, scoot the hips over to the left, scoot the legs over to the right, and release the legs on down here. This is called simple twisting pose. So as you close your eyes, just let your breath be long and slow here. If the cross of the legs is too much, uncross the legs and just take the legs next to each other and just release here. It's fine, you don't have to cross the legs. Crossing the legs is good for circulation in the legs, but if it causes any tension or stress, then don't do it. Uncross the legs, come back to center, and then recross the legs the other way. Once again, if for whatever reason you find that this is a discomfort, then just skip it. And breathe here. And then uncross the legs so the feet touch the ground. And then from here, you're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So take your blocks, place your blocks on either side of your knees, and just release the way on down. Now, if you don't have blocks here, you could take cushions. Couch cushions work. You could take pillows. You could place pillows under the knees. Just something that will allow for your knees to open up to the side and close the eyes. So we're going to move into our Reiki practice right now. So for many of you who know, Reiki is a part of the practice that I do. And Reiki is a very gentle relaxation technique. So it's used to facilitate relaxation across the body. Take the hands to the center chest. And as you continue to breathe here, you could repeat the affirmations if you'd like. Just for today, may I let go of any anger. Just for today, may I let go of any worry. Just for today, may I be grateful. Just for today, may I be kind. Just for today, may I live my purpose. So we start with these affirmations, and what you can do is you can just be here with the hands on the belly if you want, or you can join us as we move through each of the various positions. If this pose becomes uncomfortable for you, please just extend your legs fully forward and come into Shavasana legs. You could always place a blanket under the legs for the low back. That's an option that you guys have. So as you feel ready here, hands. First, take the hands to the forehead. Place the hands right over the forehead. Palms are touching. You could set an intention if you want to set an intention. Happiness, well-being, love, light, truth. And bring these hands back to the center chest. So we're going to place these hands over the eyes now. What I recommend doing is placing the reverse side of the hand over the eyes. So not the palms, but the back of the hand. And as you release here, just continue to breathe. This reminds me of that deep surrender, that deep ability to let go. Just for today, may I let go of anger. Just for today, may I let go of worry. Just for today, may I be grateful. Just for today, may I be myself. Just for today, may I be happy. Now take your hands, place them on top of the head, and breathe here. So each position that we place the hands is called a chakra. And there are 7 chakras. You know, actually there are more than 7, but there's 7 that are common, and there's really like hundreds of them. So as you breathe here, you'll notice that each of these chakras, there's spaces for us to open up and release. If you feel that the eyes are closing, if you feel like you're falling into some sleep, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If your legs start to bother you, please consider extending your legs fully forward here. You don't have to hold the position if it causes you discomfort or ease or uneasiness. Take those hands, place them right behind the head. And breathe here. Again, if you want to repeat the affirmations, go ahead and do so. It's often helpful to repeat them many times. Kyo dake wa ii karuna shinpai suna kansha shite kyo hagime hito ni shinsetsu ni. So all of these precepts, all of these practices that allow for us to relax. Okay, so take the hand and place the hand over the throat. Rest your hand over the throat. And breathe here. And allow for this space of relaxation to arise. So once again, we're intentionally holding the position. If you need to move the legs, please feel free to do so. I'm just teaching a Reiki practice today, so that's why we're in this position. But if at all you feel discomforted or you need to move, do not hesitate. In no means mean to hold anybody in a position. I'm just simply allowing for us to find that space of relaxation, that space of ease, that space of mindfulness. Take your hands, place your hands over the chest. Breathe into the chest, breathe out of the chest. And again, you could repeat these affirmations. Just for today, may I let go of anger. Just for today, may I let go of worry. Just for today, may I be grateful. Just for today, may I live my purpose. Just for today, may I be kind. Place your hands over the belly. And breathe here. And place your hands over the thighs. So, for whatever reason, more of a restorative practice today, I guess. So you continue to breathe here. Just be with your breath. Mindfulness. Mindfully aware. Mindfully relaxed. Now take those knees, bring them back to a bent position, and just let the legs move into a simple twist over to your left side. And breathe into the back muscles here. If it's helpful, you can always place a block in between your feet, or in between your legs rather. Oftentimes that feels very nice. All right, come back to center, take the legs over to the other side. Once again, you can keep your hands on the belly, you can keep your hands on the thighs. Breathe here. Okay, and then from here, rolling over onto your side. You're going to gently press your way up, and we have a few more stretches I'd like to take. These are more just to like let go of any lasting, stuckness in the back or in the neck muscles. You're going to take the right knee to a bend. You're going to bring your right leg over your left leg, just like this, and then you're going to twist with your right leg. So you're just going to twist over to the left side. Close the eyes and breathe here. See that the right sit bone is releasing down. See that the right side of the chest is lifting up. Begin to spin the chest all the way over to the left side of the room. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Take your right leg, extend it all the way forward. Take your left knee to a bend. Glide your left leg over the right, and then twist over to the right side. So see that your left hip is releasing down. See that both sides of the chest are lifting up. All right, and back to center again. From here, take your right leg, bring your right leg out to the side. If you have your block, you can place your right leg under the block. If you have a strap, you may want to grab it and place it around your left foot. Otherwise, you could just release your left hand, right hand towards the calf, and just release the head on down as you breathe here. All right, lift your chest on up. Take the right leg, extend the right leg on forward, take the left leg, bring the left knee to a bend. Left leg draws out to the side, and then glide both of your hands down that right leg here. Lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the sternum here. Good. Now, take the feet together. Bring the knees apart. Grab hold of the feet. And you're going to take a forward fold over Baddha Konasana. So you don't have to fold forward that much. You could just fold a little bit and just breathe here. All right. Inhale, lift the chest on up. Take your legs forward in front of you. Extend forward through your legs. Glide your hands down the legs. Release the head on down. You can grab hold of your feet if you'd like. You could take a strap around the legs and just release the head on down. Hands come to the shins. Hands come to the thighs. Take your blocks, place them off to your side, and begin to lie on down onto your back body again as you hug your knees into the chest. So squeeze in here, just start to rock the body right and left. And especially if you have any tension in the low back, you're going to want to move very gently here from side to side. And release those feet on down. Cross the legs here. See that your legs are releasing back onto those blocks as you release on down. If it's uncomfortable for you to still be on blocks, please extend your legs all the way forward here. And then take the left leg and bring it in front of the right and release on down.
And if you haven't already, release the legs all the way forward.
And allow the legs to drift off to the sides.
All right. So from here, let's bring those knees into a bend. Let's turn the feet onto our side. Let's press down through the feet. Press down through the hands, rather. Inhale, lift the chest. And find our way back into a seated position. And as you feel ready, take the hands to the center chest. Exhale. Release the chin towards the chest. Lift the head. Gently open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you had a wonderful practice today. Dan and Gail, it's always great to see you here. Apologies for getting started. Well, we started right at 3, but apologies for not getting set up sooner. I was trying to figure out this whole camera situation, so I'm not going to worry about it. I hope that you guys have a phenomenal rest of your evening. I hope that you're well. And yeah, we'll be doing it again tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will be here. Let me know how you like the practice. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. So thank you so much, Gail. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, Dan. So you guys be well. And I will talk to you all very soon. Namaste, guys. Thank you guys so much. All right.